Hi, all. It's me. I wanted to share just kind of a fun loving story. Kind of silly. I wouldn't say it's appropriate. It's just a silly story. From my very first year of teaching, I was in North Carolina teaching second grade. Um, and I loved this group of students. They taught me so much. They had so much love and compassion, and we did so many great things together. So this is just something silly and kind of the naivety of being a first year teacher, trying to figure out how to problem solve when you've never done any of it before. Um, so I had a boy in my class, and he farted a lot, like a lot. And it would bring everything, like every time would stop us in our tracks. No matter what I did, I couldn't figure out how I couldn't get him to stop farting. That's a given. But I couldn't figure out how to recover quickly enough to just continue the day. Pro tip: if you don't respond, they question if it happened. So the less response you make, the the easier it is to just keep going with your day without the kids like getting into a tizzy. But I didn't know that at this time. I had not learned this at this time. So I was frantically trying to just figure out how to get these farts to stop disrupting the class. Um, so one day I got sick of it, and I was like, okay, I went up and I talked to this child and I said, honey, I understand your body makes noises. It's normal. It's natural, but it stops our learning a lot, and we need to be our best selves, and we need to be our best learning selves while we're in this classroom. And the the student's like, yeah, okay, yeah. But I can't stop. And I was like, I'm not asking you to. Um, but I would like to try something. Would you try something with me? And he said, yeah, I'll try anything. Because I think he was a little bit embarrassed too, because he just couldn't help that they were noisy. They were just pretty noisy. Um, so I said, anytime you need to toot, you have permission to go stick your butt out in the hall and toot. All right. So he'd go out and shut the door a little bit, and like he could toot. And then come back, and hopefully it wasn't going to be loud. And he was like, okay, I'll try it. And I was like, and if that doesn't work, we can problem solve and try and figure something else out. Um, so periodically throughout the day, I told him he had permission to just get up and move. I've never been one to be stuck on the raise the hand if you need something. Um, he had permission to just get up, and he'd open the door, but stick his butt, like he would actually stick his butt out the door and fart into the hallway. And most of the time, the kids didn't notice. One or two might notice, then he'd just come right back in. Um, it was pretty muffled at that point, so he would just get up and shoot out in the hall and come on back in and continue the day. And it seemed to work. Until one day, our it was the assistant superintendent from elementary schools was touring the school, and he was walking down the hallway, very unfortunately, at the same time that my student was taking a toot break in the hall. And he definitely just like he didn't have any regard for the fact that there were people in the hallway, and he just let it loose in the hall like we had planned and agreed on. But I never knew that I would have to address, like, if there's somebody out there, don't fart on them. But he did. And I knew this superintendent. He'd always stop by our school, and he was very friendly and very nice. He stopped by at the end of the day in my classroom. He was like, what was that? And I was insanely embarrassed. I was like, I am so sorry he farted on you. um, so yeah, if that was mostly effective at stopping the disruptions in the classroom. However, the downside is farting in the hall can cause people to be farted on. So that's why just ignore the farts, and you can usually get away with that. If you just don't stop, don't take a beat, just keep going, the kids will wonder if there was even a fart. So, hope you learned something or got a good chuckle. Have a great day.